Hello, everyone. How you doing today on this beautiful Hump Day Wednesday? I am Queen Lillie. Welcome to my live. We are talking about Donald Trump. Right now, he is the hot topic everywhere, not just in certain states, all over the world. Right now, Donald Trump don't even realize he's a laughing stock. They laughing at him because he want to have this big, beautiful parade on his birthday, which nobody would be celebrating him, but MAGA. Everybody else will be celebrating President Barack Obama. Even white people will be celebrating President Barack Obama. How does it feel, Donald Trump, to know that the man you try to cosplay will be celebrated on your birthday? Yes, we will be celebrating President Barack Obama. I'm going to show you some things about that as well. So look forward to that on my live today. Donald Trump, what I have to show you today is living proof that this man is a monster. And I honestly do not believe, in my opinion, that Donald Trump did not win this election. He has told us that the election was rigged. He told us that Elon Musk know how to work those voters' machines. He has said this numerous times, y'all. What more do we need as proof that this man did not win the election, that the beautiful black and Indian woman won the election? Mine was a black woman because black overpowers everything else in the bloodstream. Hello, King Allen. Hello, Queen Victorious One. How y'all doing? When I tell y'all Queen in this council is tired. When I tell you I got home like 12 something last night from the video shoot, it was nice too. It was nice. The treatment for the video, everything was nice. The videographer, he was really good at what he does. And I was the main lady, the leading lady. So, yes, my beautiful face and beautiful body. When the video comes out, I will send y'all the link. Put it on the on the community wall so y'all can go watch the video. But honey, when I tell you, Mama was looking good, and that dress with my silhouette, bam, 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 bam. This is my back. This is my rear end. Baby got back. Hit that like button as y'all coming in. But we got a lot to talk about, a lot to cover. We're going to discuss Donald Trump, VP Kamala, Donald Trump cabinet members, LA situation, government Newsom, Donald Trump overrided and did not go through the proper procedure to send the military. He supposed to go to the government. He didn't go to the government. He went on and sent the military out there. And what is Donald Trump cabinet saying? Donald Trump, that's Donald Trump's military. He owns the military. That is a flat out lie. The military works for the American people. But Donald Trump got it where he thinks that they just work for him. Donnie, you work for the American people too. Yes, you do. The one that's made like the old lady, Donald Trump, with the body like a grandma. You work for the American people. We don't work for you. You actually have no right and privilege to do what you're doing. You are nothing but the Antichrist living in that white plantation on Pennsylvania Avenue. You are the devil. Actually, you worse than the devil. What could be worse than the devil? Whatever's worse than Satan, you are that. And you never was an angel. At least Satan was once an angel over the music, the chorus. You can't sing. And you sure can't dance. You should never dance for the rest of your life, Donald Trump. You can't even do that. I do that better than you. Because black people know how to move it, baby. Yeah. Donald Trump do like this. You know he had to wear that catheter. Got that bag on his leg. He probably got one on each leg because he got a boo-boo too. Y'all, I know I'm about crazy. But we're going to go ahead and get this party started right now. Those of you just coming in, I am Queen Lillie. Welcome to my live. Hit that like button. Come on out them bushes. Come over here and trying to stifle my beauty to think you can put it on you and make you beautiful. That's called, what is it called? Destiny swapping. Don't come over here trying to destiny swap. I rebuke you. Any of y'all doing, I rebuke you. I got healthy nails, healthy hair, healthy skin at 51, a healthy body that make you look stupid. Honey, my body make them 20-something years old stupid, honey. Baby got back. Hit that like button for me. One moment, you guys. We're going to go ahead and get this party started right now. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? I'm okay. Y'all want to play in my face? Hit that like button. I'm telling you, I'm not putting up with this. It gets tiresome. I'm in here giving y'all all the goods. You come steal my information, run over to your channels and talk about it. When you ain't getting research, I look up all the stuff. I go Google and find stuff myself. Hit that like button. Stop playing in my pretty face and all this long, pretty hair I got. Stop playing in my face. And I'm tired of people texting me when they know I'm live. Let me let this person know I'm live. Because I put my thing on do not disturb and they still text me. Leave me alone. One moment, you guys. I have to let people know stop texting me. Shoot. They just keep texting me. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and give y'all the goods on old Donnie boy and what he has going on. But you must remember what we doing on July the 14th. Rolling, 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 rolling. Who we celebrating? Who we celebrating? Barack Obama, Barack Obama. Yeah. Hey, you better get you a fan because we're going to need it on the 14th of this month, which is what? Saturday. We are celebrating President Barack Obama on Donald Trump's dusty, nasty, smelly birthday. That's what we're doing this coming Saturday. And I got to remember to get some balloons. Because I'm going to put them all back there behind my chair. We got our boots on the ground over here for who? President Barack Obama. We got our boots on the ground. Yeah. We ain't celebrating no orange monkey up in here. I hate to think. We don't care what Donald Trump said. He can't stop us from celebrating something else on the 14th. Honey, you are not important. You are not a king. You're just a pissity pants person that stole the election. You said it yourself. Suck it. So what we learn is that America doesn't like hearing the truth. So this king right here is right about America.
It's a slave-owning, genocidal country. When I look at my own country, the United States, it is a semi-democratic, white-dominated, hierarchical, racist society that aims to preserve privilege by the elites. That's how it was formed in 1787. It was a slave-owning, genocidal country, killing Native Americans for a white culture. But amazingly, it still looks that way, although we're much more diverse now than we were.
I love to see it. I love when white folks tell the truth to other white folks because they know it makes them uncomfortable. They know the history. They know the history and they don't want to be reminded of it, but you have to because you're still doing it till this day.
I get on here and I let y'all know that racism coming from y'all is not cool. And black people, we ain't even looking to get back at you. Because if we wanted to get back at you, we would do it. And we would outdo you in anything. Because you see, and when it comes to a competition, y'all copy us to learn how to dance. You didn't know how to dance. You go watch videos of black people, ask your black neighbors or your friends to show you how to do it. You don't know how to sing, but you listen to black music to learn how to sing. And then you want to compete with us. We would beat you and outnumber you. And the brown people will join us. Because look how you treat them like they're slaves, like they're nothing in America. So Trump is fake news. The things he's putting out is a bunch of BS, and it is violating the brown people's First Amendment rights.
Do not listen to what the people are saying. LA is not a fucking war zone right now.
I am in the heart of the protest right now. And things
This
have
was
been
yesterday.
so peaceful ever since we moved away from the police officers. There was about 2 hours straight of the police officers shooting down
Yesterday
from
evening.
rooftops of buildings like these. Anyone who's saying that these protests are violent is not here. They are not here. What's violent about this?
They putting out what Donald Trump want out in the news. Lies.
What's violent? No violence. We're currently headed down to the crypto.
Hit that like button.
Personally, I feel like if we aren't protesting around the federal buildings, the crypto and all these expensive buildings is where we should be. It forces the hand of these LAPD officers instead of getting to ignore the issues because they're pushing us to these immigrant communities. We're going to go to the communities that they don't want us at. And let me remind you guys, there is no violence being had over here. If the violence starts, I guarantee it'll be because the police officers coming over here. Do not listen to what the people are saying. LA is not a fucking war zone right now.
I'm going to tell you what Donald Trump pretty much is doing. He's trying to stop us from talking about the election. So he's going to distract us with sending the military to attack our beautiful brown family members. That's what he's doing. That is exactly what Donald Trump is doing, because more is coming out about how the election was stolen. New York is doing their own investigation. They're going to press charges. Elon Musk is probably going to get immunity so he can save his own stuff, because the reason that he did what he has done with Donald Trump was to stay out of prison. For both of them to stay out of prison, because Donald Trump, if he wouldn't have got himself back rigged into the Oval Office, he was going to federal prison. Elon was going to prison as well. So those two criminals, they bind together, bumping bombs and hitting holes in the back rear, putting on the knee pads and all. But our Attorney General in New York, she ain't giving up. So Elon better ask for immunity, because it's going down in America. Lifetime, life under Trump, America is nothing but a reality show. Donald Trump has turned America into a reality show. You know he come from the reality world. He's a reality fool. So I showed y'all yesterday, they pow our news reporter. Yes, ICE, the KKK, J6ers, Proud Boys, got the ICE suits on. They pow a news reporter. There's more information about that. Hold on.
The reporter that got shot during the LA riots, she was a U.S. correspondent for an Australia media outlet. And the guy that shot her, the ICE agent or wherever he was from, you could see the camera turn, and he targeted her. He aimed at her leg and shot her in the leg with a rubber bullet. That is not right. Where is the outrage about finding out who that guy was? He literally, you could see it, targeting her with a press, targeting the press, which is not even normal in the engagement when you're in war. Targeted her, pulled the trigger, bam. I don't think he thought he was going to get caught on that camera, but it turned exactly as he did it. Where is the outrage and people trying to figure out who this man is? Bye. The reporter that got shot during...
You see that the big news that Donald Trump has control over, and they so afraid that Donnie gonna sue them. When are the people in America gonna get an effing backbone and fight back? The news is scared of a man that wears almost 400 pounds. The news is scared of a man that has fake teeth at the bottom. The news is scared of a man that wears a pamper, Depends. The news is scared of a man that walks around with what they call a catheter on that smells bad. You know he stinks.
Please watch this entire video. It is less than 3 minutes, and there are specific instructions at the end that need to be reflected in the comments. Thank you.
Breaking just moments ago, NBC News reporting that ICE is preparing to deploy tactical units known as special response teams to 5 Democratic-run cities. Those
Look at the cities, y'all. Look at the cities, please.
Northern Virginia and New York.
I don't live in these cities, but I'm praying for everybody.
All special response teams in those areas have been told to be ready to deploy.
So when I make predictions about things like this, I always hope I'm wrong. But I did predict this. Here's me literally telling my homeboy the other day that this is going to happen.
I knew it's going to happen. He wants a purge.
So essentially what's happening right now is called the imperial boomerang. And what we're witnessing is that eventually, like when empire has basically like screwed up everything else, it'll come back and screw up itself. It's essentially the United States occupying itself. So the folks who say this isn't our fight, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. We have different values. For those of us who know that it is, here's a couple things to address. If you know of community organizations in these cities that already focus on mutual aid, that already focus on challenging police presence, that already focus on bringing community together to form community, please drop it in the comments. 2, where are your politicians standing on this? Are your mayors and your governors standing up to ICE so far, or have they been folding and capitulating? If they have, that lets you know that you are going to have a bigger problem in your hands. Chicago, Brandon Johnson has already showed that he ain't playing games with folks. However, when we look at DC, Mayor Muriel Bowser, well, baby, good luck to DC. And this is why I've been saying that the tanks for D's B-Day are not simply there to have him take pictures looking like a dictator. It's to have him.
He planned on having a purge. I keep telling people they're not listening.
What are you doing to make sure that you are
He's a
cared
sick
for?
Hitler
Do you have
man.
supplies? Do you have water filtration straws? Do you have food? Do you have non-perishables? Do you have a go pack if you need to just get up and get out of here? Do you have weapons? Do you know how to get to people's houses without your GPS? These are the types of questions that you need to answer by doing.
All right. I agree with her. I truly believe, because Donald Trump, he's too fixed on, once before he told the military to the American people on the street protesting. I truly believe that the monster in the Oval Office that wears a pissity pins wants a purge. That is in my opinion, because if you pay attention to his action, that is an action of somebody that's setting up to have people hurt, the American people. And you are not special, MAGA. The sign don't even like you. So Donald Trump is a sick and disgusting human, and I'm going to show you why.
In the wake of questions and allegations about Donald Trump's behavior towards women, ET discovered this footage in our archive, which we provided to CBS News.
Soon, Thursday night. You're going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years.
He said it to a 10-year-old.
Okay.
In the wake of questions and allegations about
A
Donald
10-year-old
Trump's behavior
girl.
towards women, ET discovered this footage in our archive, which we provided to CBS News.
Soon, Thursday night. You're going up the escalator? I'm going to be dating her in 10 years.
What grown man looking at a young girl thinking he wants to date her in 10 years? Come on, wake up, people. This is not a genuine, good-hearted man. This is a grimy, slimy monster in the Oval Office. And Kamala is right. She tried to tell us, but the white regime did not want to listen. They was too for Donald Trump's opinions to understand. They was drunk off of piss.
Not want a military that is loyal to the United States Constitution. He wants a military that is loyal to him. He wants a military who will be loyal to him personally. One that will obey his orders even when he tells them to break the law or abandon their oath to the Constitution of the United States. In just the past week, Donald Trump has repeatedly called his fellow Americans the enemy from within, and even said that he would use the United States military to go after American citizens. And let's be clear about who he considers to be the enemy from within. Anyone who refuses to bend a knee or dares to criticize him would qualify, in his mind, as the enemy within, like judges, like journalists, like nonpartisan election officials. He does not want a military that is loyal to the United States Constitution. He wants a military that is loyal to him. He wants a military who will be loyal to him personally, one that will obey his orders.
This is sad because everything she said was going to happen has happened. And what does our beautiful, clear people that voted for him do? I can't believe he's doing this. He said he was going to do it. But you had those rose glasses on looking at the man like he's some Jesus Christ, and he's nowhere near our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. He milked your minds and poured his piss from his depends inside. So Trump and his goons are out of control. America must fight back against racism.
You can see he just has this incredible connection as commander-in-chief with his army. They were absolutely
hit that like button. Come on.
You just heard roars.
Stop embarrassing me. Hit that like button. Come out those bushes and hit the like button.
And I think every single soldier, or nearly everyone I have talked to, remarks how it just feels so different today than it did a year ago. And like you can see, he just has this incredible connection as commander-in-chief with his army. They were absolutely thrilled when the president made that announcement. You just heard roars across the
thank you. Come on, hit the like button. Come on, it's 240 y'all in here. Hit the like button, please.
Remarks how it just feels so different today than it did a year ago. And like,
a year ago, we had President Joe Biden. We didn't have to worry about a news reporter from Australia getting pow by Donald Trump's goonies. Donald Trump is the biggest thug, and he has 34 felonies. So they tell you a lot about him. He's a thug. He's ghetto. This is Atlanta, y'all. I'm going to show y'all something that's going on in Atlanta because they're protesting in Atlanta. When I tell you the brown people is setting it off in Atlanta, Georgia. Woo! They're setting it off. So this is Atlanta full of black and brown people. Yes. First in 10, go, fight, win. Anybody ever been a cheerleader? We used to say first in 10. Go, fight, win. Do y'all remember if you was a cheerleader? Well, I was a cheerleader in school, honey. Yes, mama been pretty and always been up there doing her thing. But anyway. So, Donald Trump, the taco man, will be defeated. I rebuke Donald Trump and his entire cabinet. I rebuke MAGA as well. This is in Atlanta on Buford Highway. It's probably just a couple of miles from me because I live in Buckhead. That's Buford Highway. When I tell you the brown people is setting it off, and I'm glad they are, do not let them put you into slavery. Do not allow them to do to you what they did to black people, because they will do it. Clear people don't care. They will destroy your entire life, your whole bloodline, because they're selfish. The white man is selfish. Very few are loving. It's in their blood to be evil. This is in Atlanta, Georgia, on Buford Highway. Our beautiful brown people are fighting back. Fight back, America. You do not have to bow down to Donald Trump's regime. ICE is full of J6ers. ICE is full of Proud Boys. ICE is full of the KKK, the most dangerous gang ever that should be considered a terroristic group is the KKK. They hung my black people. They beat my black people. They murked them. They unalive my black people. The KKK is the most dangerous terroristic group ever. MAGA is the most dangerous terroristic group ever. Stand up, America. Fight back. You do not have to accept Donald Trump's regime. You have rights, amendment rights, which he doesn't abide by because he thinks his white skin or white male do not have to follow the Constitution. Well, done it with the pissy pins and wearing a catheter, you will go down with your regime. Your cabinet members full of nothing but white people that don't like black people and brown people, you will go down. So Donald Trump hates black and brown people. I believe the children are our future. Why Donnie mistreat the children and separate them from their parents?
A little nervous this morning. See, you know what?
Donnie is going worse than hell. He gonna bypass hell and go somewhere worse than hell.
Often since the Trump administration cut funding to provide legal aid.
You do not mess with God's children.
Since the funding stopped, they've seen children as young as 5 sitting.
I rebuke Donald Trump on the highest level and the highest form.
Conditions, and then all of a sudden is taken in front of a judge in a language they don't know.
You understand what these proceedings here in court are all about? You know what a lawyer is?
These are babies. This is sad. How would you feel, Donald Trump? Somebody right now take Barron. How would you feel if somebody take the sniffler right now and you don't know where they're at for months and years? You don't know where your children are. How would you feel, monster? I don't know how to take your message, but keep sending me money, you jackass. Because if you saying something against black and brown people, get out of my chat. You're not needy. I ain't even going to hurt your feelings today. You're not getting my energy. I shall resume.
So we've been told by former ICE officials that it's certainly outside of standards for them to mask their face. But do you see any legal issues behind law enforcement agents not identifying themselves and also covering themselves with masks?
Well, first of all, if the police are demanding entrance to someone's...
What ICE is doing is illegal.
A search warrant. Unless there is an exigency, unless there's some emergency. But
what the KKK and J6s are doing is illegal.
Probable cause in a search warrant before they enter your house or your office. So when I saw that footage from Jerry Nadler's office in New York, the district office,
well, you need to get off my channel because it says no children.
Can you show us the warrant? And the guy was saying, I don't need a warrant.
Get off my channel. You are a child.
I had no idea who they
Get
were.
off my
If you don't have a
channel.
search warrant, why would anybody believe that they have any authority to be there, right? So,
do you think that agent potentially broke the law then by saying that he didn't need a search warrant and proceeding force?
I would like to see some authority.
No children are allowed on my channel.
Officers,
I'm not being mean, but you're not allowed on my channel. Adult conversations happens on my channel. This channel is not for children.
House or somebody's office without consent.
Is it problematic at all that they seem to claim that they thought that Nadler's office was harboring protesters, not migrants, but protesters? So why are immigration agents?
It's not a crime to harbor protesters in the United States of America.
And it's not a crime to protest, Donald Trump.
We have a right to peacefully assemble. We have a right of freedom of speech. We have free exercise of religion. We have a right to free press. All those things go out the window if the police can just enter any.
Hi, Daniel. Hey, Bon. Hey.
Have their way with people. I mean, it was pretty shocking to hear that young woman screaming and crying.
All right. What's the next steps in that situation with Nadler's?
Congressman Nadler.
Spooky, define a big eggplant. Define having a big thing in the pants you don't have. Define that. Show me your hands. I bet they're small like Donald Trump's. Show me your wife. I bet she look horrible with wrinkles and the sun hates her. Okay. Now this white queen right here, she's setting the record straight about reparations that white folks have received. And black folks have not received their reparations yet. Because the oppressors doesn't feel they have to give us what we deserve.
Never owned anyone. My neighbors, as far as I know, have never been owned by anyone. But the people who say we don't owe any reparations for the Civil War are ignoring something really huge. Or maybe they just don't know. Some people already got reparations.
White people.
White people. White enslavers were paid for losing their human property. The actual people who
and that's some
raped,
SHIT.
tortured, whipped, and sold, and worse, were promised land to get a fresh start after the war, but they got nothing. When slavery was abolished, Congress
that's why I
paid
can't trust you.
nearly $1 million, which is $30 million in today's bucks, to white enslavers as compensation for losing their property in a war they lost. If a freed person didn't hit the road fast enough, they risked being re-enslaved under new laws that were just workarounds for all these white people losing their slaves. After the Civil War ended, Union General Sherman set aside 400,000 acres of confiscated Confederate land for Black families to start new lives on.
And what did the white people do?
Up to 40
Steal it.
acres each. The Army loaned out
They're
mules
still
to
in
help
Black
them work
farmland today.
That's where the phrase 40 acres and a mule comes from. Black people were already working some of this land when Lincoln was assassinated and Andrew Johnson became president. Well, Johnson reversed the order.
He was a racist white man that has Black grandchildren still alive today.
Tried to destroy the country. The freed people were evicted. So they made all these things into crimes that were non-crimes. They were things like, if a Black person didn't have a job, that was a crime. If a Black
but
person
y'all wouldn't give Black people jobs.
That they had a job, that was a crime. You could get arrested for that and a lot of other ridiculous things.
For trying to get a job.
But once you were in jail, you could be leased out as labor for private
slavery
profit.
all over again.
This system of convict leasing allowed white landowners and businesses to replace slavery with something just as violent, just as profitable as slavery. No wonder there are still Confederate flags all across the South. Even after slavery was abolished, Black Americans were not safe. Public lynchings became a regular threat.
They're still happening to this day. Example, North Carolina, Mississippi,
in their place.
Tennessee,
planned events,
Alabama.
In advance, so I've never owned anyone.
Y'all haven't changed. You have not changed. You're doing slavery to our brown people right now. It's just in different forms. You take them from their jobs and send them to a country they don't even belong. Because the hate in your white heart can never heal, because your soul is dirty, it's filth. So Donald Trump doesn't fit the image of what an attractive man looks like. Oh, well, we can't help you, Donnie. You're just ugly. So I agree with what this king has to say, because he doesn't feel good about himself. He knows he's ugly. He wants to make everybody else's life pure hell.
What's happening in Los Angeles right now, ICE raids at Home Depots, clothing factories, and street corners, isn't about security. It's about control. It's about removing people who don't fit a certain image of what America should be. Let's be real. This isn't new. This is a repeat. We saw this in 1930s Germany, when people were labeled undesirable, were rounded up and disappeared.
Trump is undesirable.
We saw the 1940s, when American Japanese citizens were thrown into camps just for existing. We saw it in the 1960s South, when Black Americans demanding equality were met with dogs, hoses, and troops. And we saw it after 9/11, when Muslim communities were spied on, harassed, detained, just for worshiping differently. And now it's happening again. ICE isn't just enforcing laws, they're enforcing a vision where only certain people are safe, where speaking out is dangerous, and where being different means being disposable. I'm a white man. I know I walk through this world with privilege. Doors open easier for me, and I don't get followed in stores. I don't worry about being deported at a traffic stop. But here's the thing. If I stay quiet while they come for everyone else, then I'm part of the machine. And when they finally come for me, it's already too late. So I'm speaking out, loud, clear, and unapologetically, because silence is complicity, and comfort is not an excuse. Resistance has always come from the people, from the margins, from those they try to erase. And now it's time to rise again. This isn't just about immigrants or protesters or any one group. This is about all of us, about whether we let fear rule us or whether we fight for something better. If you feel powerless, you're not. If you feel scared, that means you understand. But if you're silent, that's how they win. I won't be silent. Will you?
I would not be silent, and I advise you all to not be silent. You can't be afraid. You have to fight back. You can't lay down and take it. That's like you allow somebody to take advantage of your body if you do not fight back. Fight back. You know what I thought about why that king was talking? I thought about how Donald Trump can hide his face and his body so we won't keep getting whiplash every time we see him, and we won't be getting sick to our stomachs every time we see him. Put on a hazmat suit, Donnie. You know what everybody was wearing when the pandemic happened? We would go in the grocery store, we would wear them. Or when you travel, you would put on them just to get on the plane. Donald Trump. So we don't have to see that bad body, built body made like somebody's grandma. Please wear a hazmat suit and the face covering to it. Because we can't take it no more, Donnie. Every day of looking at your face is a disgrace. I get sick to my stomach and I get wheezy. You know, I feel real shaky, woozy and everything. And I just want to, Donnie, please wear a hazmat suit. You're disgusting. Your body is gross. You're bad body built. You have no muscles. It's just fat all over the place, Donnie. Oh, I feel sick to my stomach. Help me, Jesus. Whew. So this is hilarious, but it's true what this king is going to say.
Trump is invading Los Angeles, right? Not because he wants to be a dictator. It's not because he hates Gavin Newsom. It's not even because he hates immigrants. All these things are true, of course, but they aren't the primary reason. Think through it for a second. His economic agenda is dead. His foreign policy is dead. Canada, Panama, and Greenland are still not ours. RFK has gone fully rogue, clubbing public health policies over the heads like they were baby bears with brainworms. Elon Musk thinks he's a cuck. His federal layoffs are backfiring in his face. I don't think he's seen Ivanka in 4 years. Melania definitely thinks he's a douche. Barron can't get into Harvard, which, if you recall, still has foreign students. And I tried to book a vacation suite at the Gaza Strip Trump Hotel. It turns out that wasn't real either. 5 months of failure without a single meaningful policy signed by Donald Trump. He can't even get a simple budget through the government he controls. His second term so far has been a conveyor belt for press releases from his desk to the shred bin at the Supreme Court, leaving him nothing more than the power conveyed by a handful of centuries-old emergency powers that I think, honestly, Congress would have gotten rid of if anyone believed a future president would be stupid enough to try to use them. But just like we saw with the Alien Enemies Act, I think it's extremely unlikely those other obscure emergency powers will hold up under scrutiny. Donald Trump didn't invade Los Angeles because it's something that needs to be done. He invaded Los Angeles for one reason only. He doesn't know what else to do. You know why Trump is invading Los Angeles, right? Not because he wants to be a dictator. It's not because he hates Gavin Newsom. It's not even because he hates immigrants. All these things are true, of course, but they aren't the primary reason. Think through it for a second. His economic agenda is dead. His foreign policy is dead.
I agree with everything that he's saying. Everything. I know I look sleepy today because I'm tired. I filmed for a video shoot last night for an R&B song, and we was there to 12 something. I'm tired. So I'm a little moving slow today, but bear with me. I agree with everything that he has said. Everything. Everything. So abolish ICE. Again, abolish ICE. Impeach Donald Trump. I agree. This is in Atlanta. More footage of them protesting in Atlanta, Georgia. More footage. They're not going to lay down and just take it, Donnie. Donald Trump, the real criminal in the Oval Office. More people protesting, and they're not going to stop. They're going to keep going. They have rights like you and everybody else. You know better than anybody else. especially if the sun doesn't like you. You're not special. So June the 14th is officially my Obama Day. So I named it Obama Day, and then we're going to celebrate President Joe Biden and the Pope as well. So that's what we're celebrating. So I'm going to show you this, and then we're going to move on. And I want you to pass it along to them so people can know who we're celebrating on this coming Saturday. So we will not be celebrating the clown. We will be celebrating, who is that handsome man right there? President Barack Obama. He's a beautiful man. Donald Trump is a fat, ugly man. Donald Trump is a man that wears orange makeup trying to cosplay as a black man. Donald Trump is a man with 34 felonies. We will not celebrate a big fat pig, Donald Trump. So, Jasmine Cracker, when this queen talk, I be thinking, Lord, preach, let her preach, Lord. Give her strength, Lord, to keep bringing a powerful message to the people.
I don't like Elon Musk. I'm going to say it 50,000 times. I don't like him. I don't like that he going out there and he firing people. I think that he's a crook because somehow the rest of us can't sit around and get whatever federal contracts we want. The rest of us can't sit around and get law enforcement and get them somehow ordained as federal law enforcement to protect him. The rest of us can't get our dealerships protected by the federal government. That is somebody that is operating above the law. For whatever reason, just because he has a lot of money, more money than everybody else. And yes, I am happy to see that on my birthday, which is what I said, there were peaceful protests around this world against him because he is a problem. And so you never should have somebody that is sitting that high and is going to sit up here and threaten a sitting member of Congress when she knew good and well, if she watched the entire thing, that I specifically told protesters to make sure you consult with lawyers, just like I've told protesters over and over and over in the history of me advising people to go out and exercise their constitutional right. The fact that there are other sitting members that have received letters of threat from this new DOJ tells me that they are about retribution and they are not about following the law. The reason that our party, or I won't even say our party, our country is torn apart is because we can't even agree on right versus wrong. This should not be left versus right. The only thing that we're asking is that we have law enforcement that will show up when there is an actual crime. If somebody calls and says, hey, I need you to investigate this cyber crime, or I need you to investigate this child pornography, or I need you to investigate this robbery, then we want somebody to show up, and we don't want them to look at us and act as if just because I'm black or because I'm woman, that I am not worthy of having that case investigated, because we have an administration that is continuously railing against diversity, equity, and inclusion, or we don't need people that show up that feel like diversity should not be valued. That is why we should have somebody that may show up and looks like me. The final thing that I'll say, because you've been gracious, is this. When I first became a public defender, I had no criminal defense experience. And I walked in and I told my boss, Charlie, I said, listen, you should hire me. He said, why? I said, because I'm black. Charlie looked at me like I was crazy. And I said, let me tell you something. When I walk in, I'm going to walk in with a level of rapport and understanding that maybe some of my other colleagues will not. Charlie offered me my job, and I worked my butt off, and I worked really, really hard for all of my clients, not just those that look like me. And that is what it looks like to serve. Thank you.
Elon Musk and Donald Trump, they're going to go down. So, Elon, you better try to get immunity right now. Because you was already headed to prison, but by Donald Trump getting elected, false election elected, you didn't go to prison. Donald Trump was facing prison as well. But he has immunity because he's in the Oval Office, smelling up the place with all that tacky gold everywhere. More from Gavin Newsom.
California may be first, but it clearly will not end here. Other states are next. Democracy is next. Democracy is under assault before our eyes.
Under assault from Donald Trump and his cabinet.
Arrived. He's taking a wrecking ball to our founding fathers' historic project. 3 co-equal branches of independent government. There are no longer any checks and balances. Congress is nowhere to be found. Speaker Johnson has completely abdicated that responsibility.
Johnson is a racist. He likes to go grinder.
To the rule of Don. California may be first, but it clearly will not end here. Other states are next. Democracy.
He's right. Other states are next. See, Donnie wants a purge. He likes to harm people. But what he does, he's getting somebody else to do his dirty work. And that is the military. He contacted the Marines. He sent the National Guard. Donald Trump is the biggest criminal ever. You tell me anybody else that has 34 felonies. Tell me, MAGA. Tell me in my chat. Tell me. Come out of his pissity pants and tell me. So Trump is full of horse manure and lies. And I'm going to show you why I say this. Since Trump just attempted to downplay the horrific actions of the January 6th rioters, he pardoned. Here is the truth. This officer, Caroline Edwards, and I'm going to read you the rest. She was harmed by the J6ers. So Caroline Edwards, she was attacked by the insurrectionists on January 6th. The criminals. MAGA is the biggest terrorist group ever, just like the KKK. She was attacked by the insurrectionists on January 6th. They cracked her head open, resulting in a permanent brain injury. Oh, you proud of yourself, MAGA? You proud of yourself? They cracked her head open, resulting in a permanent brain injury. They should be under the jail, MAGA. For all of those who supported Trump's pardons and say you back the blue, you don't. You're a big fat liar with bad rotten teeth and 5 booty dudes because you got a messed up shape like Donnie Boy. You support fascism. So Edwards was the first Capitol Police officer to be injured by the incoming mob once they reached the Capitol grounds. At the beginning of the attack, a group of Arizona Proud Boys approached the Peace Circle barricade. Edwards called for help on the radio, which was heard by other officers around the building. N was a sign that the mob was overrunning the police. She attempted to delay their approach towards the Capitol while backup was arriving. Jesus. Proud Boys leader Josh Biggs encouraged Ryan Samsel to approach the bike rack by which Edwards was posted. Samsel then pushed the bike rack over, which hit her on the head. This made her fall, and while falling, her chin hit the handrail of the steps behind her, causing a concussion which made her lose consciousness. She then hit the back of her head on one of the steps behind her, cracking. The concussion gave her a traumatic brain injury. The mob then began attacking other officers who were pushed back. Prior to January 6th, Samsel had been in and out of jail for various misdemeanors and some felonies, it don't surprise me, and some felonies for a span of 15 years. When he went down to D.C. on January 6, 2021, he was on parole. And Donnie said these are good, fine people. Donnie wouldn't know good, fine people if he didn't smell bad. And if he did smell like something, he still wouldn't know. He wasn't raised right. His bloodstream is tainted. Bad DNA, bad genes, low IQ. He was on parole and wanted for an assault in New Jersey. And the people in LA, my beautiful brown people, the skin that likes the sun and the sun likes their skin, they haven't done anything like the J6ers. The J6ers is a terroristic group. MAGA is a terroristic group. The KKK is the worst terroristic group. Proud Boys are a terroristic group. Do I need to go on and on? Hello, Aloha Kitty. Hey, Queen, how you doing? Thank you for blessing me with the super sticker. Thank you so much, beautiful Queen. Thank you. Y'all, this is bad because Donald Trump is sicking the Marines on our beautiful brown people. They haven't committed any crimes. They are some of the hardest working people ever. And a lot of them are highly educated. that have been sent away. And a lot of them are U.S. citizens. But because they have brown skin, Donald Trump, the pissy depends man, with the 34 felonies, when he hold his mouth when he talk, look like he's trying to put a DICK in his mouth. That dude, that girl, because he's nothing but a queen in the worst form, if you know what I mean. Can I paint your toes pink, Donnie? You ain't got to tell Melania. You like strap-ons, Donnie? I got you. You like to be beat, Donnie? I know a gay man that would love you. Because I know y'all white men, y'all are the biggest freaks ever. I've heard stories about from my gay male friends how y'all like a fist up there, fingers, hamsters. I know somebody that's a nurse. She told me that in my hometown that a clear dude came up to the hospital with a hamster stuck in him. See, I know you white men. You're nasty. Donnie, you're nasty. That's why you can walk around funky. Because you're used to nastiness. Ugh. The thought of seeing Donnie facing that body, that bad body, built body by Donald Trump. Ugh, I feel sick. I may vomit my water back up. What a disgrace in the Oval Office. Where's your wife, Donnie? Where's Melania Trump? She ain't with you. She need to get her butt done. I don't even like to encourage people because y'all know I don't like fake butts. But Melania, she ain't got nothing back there. Shameful. Does she wear implants in the front? Probably so. Made up like Wendy Williams, a P. She look just like a letter P. Ain't nothing back there, just flat. I got enough booty, I can give her some. So we're going to listen to Nancy Pelosi, what she has to say, and how Trump is instigating everything in L.A.
January 6th, with violence against the Constitution, against the Congress, and against
hit that like button, beautiful people.
We begged the President of the United States to send in the National Guard. He would not
for the insurrection, but he didn't do it.
Not only would he not,
and they were very violent.
Law enforcement people were being harmed. Some later died. He would not send it in when an instigation that an insurrection that he incited was causing damage to those assigned to protect the Capitol and the Constitution that day, to accept the results of the Electoral College. That day, he didn't do it. He forgave those people. Now his people want to raise money for them. And yet, in a contra-constitutional way, he has sent the National Guard into California. Something is very wrong.
Which he didn't take the appropriate way to do it. He's supposed to go through the government. Government nuisance to do it.
Statement that he couldn't, of a year ago, that he couldn't send anyone in without the governor's consent, any place.
Donald Trump is a thug.
In violation of the Constitution.
A stinking thug.
On January 6th, with violence against the Constitution, against the Congress, and against the United States Capitol, we beg the President of the United States.
We shouldn't even waste our beautiful thoughts trying to figure out why Donald Trump hasn't done anything to really punish the J6ers. Donald Trump is a criminal. So let's stop wasting our beautiful thoughts and our beautiful minds and our beautiful skin getting upset, because getting upset causes wrinkles. And I'd be looking like the clear people that's younger than me, they got wrinkles. They go get Botox. I don't get Botox. I'm 51. Get picked to do stuff for young people. The young people should be doing. I get booked for stuff that people in their 20s and 30s should be doing. I'm 51 because I still look good. My face look good. My body look good. My butt make Melania look stupid because there ain't nothing back there, girl. It's a disgrace to your race. You got to float on those balloons in the front. Oh, y'all remind me to get balloons for Saturday. So liar, liar, pants on fire, Trump. You the biggest liar. You're a compulsive liar.
When is the last time you spoke with governors?
A day ago.
He lied. Newsom has not spoken to this clown.
Causing a lot of death and a lot of
there has not been any unalives. The brown people have not unalived anybody in LA while they protesting.
You would have Los Angeles.
Look how he hold his
right
lip.
now.
He want an eggplant in there. Listen to him lie.
Called him up to tell him, got to do a better job. He's doing a bad job.
You're doing a bad job, Donnie, with your ugly self. You fat pig, taco man.
And last time we gave him a little additional help, you would have.
I can't look at that man. He's so ugly. It's making me have a headache, y'all. And I haven't had any sleep. I'm tired. I had to get up this morning. I didn't get into bed about 1 something. I can't look at that ugly face much longer. I mean, it is making me dizzy. He's so fat. He bad body built like an old grandma. And that face is just ugly. That's beyond ugly. So Trump, the enemy within, is trying to stop us from knowing what's really going on in LA.
Y'all, I don't even know what to say. So literally, I'm kettled in with all of the press, have my press pass, and they won't let us.
She's a brown person, that's why.
So the crowd is back
she can sit in the sun longer than y'all.
And literally all of us are like, okay, how are we supposed to get footage of what's happening if you're separating us? So this is essentially what happens, is the police then become agents of suppression, because now we are not allowed to report on what's happening there. How am I supposed to report on what's happening there if they separate us?
And she's the news.
This makes no sense. This is not. This so-called democracy is not. Y'all, I don't even know what to say. So literally,
Donald Trump hates black and brown people. But what I love about us, I can go out in the sun longer than you. Yep, I can go to the beach with my pretty self, sit in that sun and get a nice tan. I won't burn like you. No, I won't. I won't. And the vitamin D is good for my hair and skin. Whew, I won't turn red like you. No, I won't. I still be pretty when I come out from out there in that sun, baby. Ha! Because you know what? God gave me melanin. And that melanin protects me. And your husbands and boyfriends be looking at me when I be out. They be trying to holler at me. They'll act like they go into the bathrooms and come over there and talk to me. I don't want them, baby. Ain't nothing I can do with a ping. I got to have a big old eggplant. Ain't nothing I can do. And I like my men chocolate and dark. That's what I like. So when y'all come over here in my chat harassing me, you would not be of my choice, baby. You wouldn't be. Because I got too much back there. You wouldn't be able to get in the hole in the hole in the front. You couldn't get in there. Too much booty in the pants. So Trump is the problem. He's an enemy within. Why sick ice on people? I think Donald Trump is getting off on this. That's how he's getting his rocks off, because Melania ain't staying at the Oval Office with him. Elon left. Where's LL Cool J? She ain't around. Where's her knee pads? I honestly believe Donald Trump is getting off what he's doing. I do. And I'm going to tell you why I say this, because I'm going to show you something. I'm going to read it to you. So this is why I feel the way I do. Hit that like button. All you black folks who are like these ice rays ain't our problem. We need to listen up. ICE has been given yet another quota, a literal body count to meet. That's why they're doing what they're doing. That's how they did slaves back then too. So back in January, when Orange Man came to office, ICE agents were expected to ramp up arrests to 1,200 to 1,500 people per day. And now they're expected to arrest 3,000 immigrants a day. Well, you need to go arrest your grandma. Y'all need to leave because you're not from here neither. Your ancestors weren't from here, so get out. We are not immigrants because we was forced here. And Mexicans were already here. So, they will lose their jobs. That's what they're being told, ICE. Do the math on that. That's over 1 million people in a year. And what if they can't find their target? Well, they've been snatching whoever nearby. And that's how they've been snatching up American citizens, including native-born Americans, American citizens, including black folks. Yes, they have. Simon Gabadia has been now. He was over here in Atlanta, in Georgia, in a little country town, heck town, white town, where they don't even like black people. He was there at ICE, concentration camp. Now he's sent back to Nigeria. He's a black man. So they sent him back to Nigeria, but he's been here for a long time. A long time. But he ain't the only one, because the white man can't stand to see a successful black man. So he will try his best to destroy you black men. He hates black strong women too. We're not afraid. We will chew your ass up and spit you out. All of you. So I'm going to show you something. Pay attention. This is Donald Trump's doing. This is what he have the police and the military doing to citizens and innocent people here in America. So, sound familiar, y'all? When all of our people should care about this, because whoever typed this is what they're saying. I had to figure it out because the wording they use, because we of all, I'm not trying to read this, because whoever wrote this, oh my God, fix it, Jesus. This is what's happening in LA today. The cops, see what they're doing? They pow people. And they get up and watch the white man when he do it. His DICK getting hard from doing that. I know white men very well. They're freaks. They get on hard from out there hurting people. See, back then, the slave master, the white man would beat the black slave men, and then he would want to take them and buck them. He will buck the black men because he's sick in the head. Donald Trump is sick in the head. Donald Trump want to give head. He like that black eggplant. His entire cabinet be on Grindr. They want to get some black eggplant and give some head. This is what's happening in America today. The white man is so greedy. He don't want to see any other race succeed. And that is embedded in a lot of white women too. But we got some good white people out there as well. But I would say a good 60%, they are their ancestors. They're bad genes, low IQ.
Target and punish those who disagree with him or refuse to bend to his will. He calls these Americans the enemy within and says that he would use the American military to go after American citizens. Journalists whose stories he doesn't like. Nonpartisan election officials who refuse to cheat by finding a few extra votes for him. Judges who insist on following the law instead of following him. It is for reasons like these that General Mark Lillie, the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Donald Trump's top general, has called Trump, and I quote, fascist to the core. He will target and punish.
Con Trump, él dijo que no deberían usar máscaras durante las protestas porque no es seguro, ya sabes.
So Trump is corruption, pure corruption. We're going to get up out of here.
Here are the 4 reasons why this is going to go down as the most corrupt presidency in American history. Number 1, the Trump coin. Think of this like a Swiss bank account. People are depositing money into this. We don't know who's doing it or what amount, but it's corruption. A ton of money, and he is making.
Hit the like button, please. Come on, y'all. Hit the like button. Support me so my channel can grow. Hit the like button,
give money to the
please.
Trump coin. Literally anyone who wants anything from this administration.
Thank you, Queen Victorious One. Thank you for blessing me with your kind words.
Unheard of corruption. All right, number 2, all of the real estate investments.
Come on, give me those likes, y'all. Thank you, beautiful kings and queens. Thank you.
They're using the White House and the presidency to get money for their businesses. For example, investors in Saudi Arabia gave something like $1 billion to a Trump hotel in Dubai. Number 3, this so-called bribe plane. The Qataris gave the president a $400 million plane. It will take about $1 billion and 3 years to fix this plane, so it's also a boondoggle. It's very expensive for taxpayers. It means that he probably won't use it as president, but rather when he is no longer in the office, he's a private citizen and it becomes a private jet for him. The way he gets around actually breaking the law is that he's going to give it to the presidential library, but it's still breaking the law. I mean, that's clearly taking a gift from a foreign country, one that you cannot accept. And number 4, Elon Musk and all these billionaire donors, they gave this president and Republicans in Congress hundreds of millions of dollars for their campaigns. That bought them access to our data systems, to more federal contracts. I mean, no one has made more money on federal contracts, arguably, than Elon Musk. And now he stands to make billions and billions more in federal contracts. The White House is not for sale. It cannot be for sale. This is pure corruption and it has to end. We need bipartisan legislation banning all of this. All right, here are the 4 reasons why this is going to go down.
He gave good 4 reasons. And I agree with everything he has said. Y'all, we're going to be getting up out of here because I got to get some sleep. When I tell you I'm exhausted, but that is going to be an amazing video because the video shoot was everything. Mama Queen Lillie looked beautiful, naturally beautiful. Her own hair, her own everything, baby. Her own real body parts given to her by God, baby. Nothing added, everything from head to toe. Head to toe. Come from God. 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 I ain't got to get no lip fillers. God. No fillers. No Botox. God. Nothing. So you come over here, you want to talk your smack, baby. You're talking to a queen. Sit down and behave in my castle. This is not the plantation house that's on Pennsylvania Avenue. You're in the presence of a queen. Act like it. I love all of you beautiful kings and queens. I even love my enemy, MAGA, that sits in my chat daily with they bull crap, thinking they're going to break me. You can't break me. It ain't happening. When you got natural beauty like me, then step to me. You can't. You mad. If I look like you, I would be mad too. I would hate me too. Thank y'all for coming to my live. And may God continue to bless all you beautiful people. Let me tell you something, Harry. I don't have on makeup, baby. Your mama wear makeup. Your sister. Only time I put on makeup, if I'm going to some event, I got a photo shoot, I got a booking or something, filming. That's when mama put on makeup. Every once in a blue moon, I may have on makeup because I'm getting ready to go somewhere. Well, honey, I know that stuff is not good for your skin. I won't wear it every day. And I don't get no Botox or fillers. Never had any face surgery. God, baby, when you wake up and look like this, you better say, thank you, Jesus. But you can't. You're a monster like Donald Trump, and you're ugly and fat like Donald Trump. You look like a pig. Take that, take that. Goodbye, everybody.